What happens to our bodies when we die? Maybe not as popular and as widely talked about as what happens to us and our souls after we die, but we're not really qualified to talk about that on this channel. So instead, we're concerning ourselves with what we leave behind, our bodies. This is gonna be a gross video, and I can only apologize. So let's start with the two stages of dying. First, there is clinical death. This is when the heart and lungs stop and circulation ceases to happen. At this stage, it is possible to reverse the effects of death via CPR. Then there's biological death, which occurs 4 to 6 minutes after clinical death. This is how long it takes for the brain cells to start dying from the lack of oxygen. By this point, it is impossible to bring someone back. So the first stage our body enters is autolysis, which happens in the first 72 hours. Blood starts to settle and pool in the body because of the lack of circulation. The body temperature also starts to decrease by 1 degree Celsius every hour until it reaches room temperature. This part is known as rigor mortis. Then comes everyone's favorite mortis. Well, maybe not favorite, but at least the most well-known. Rigor mortis. Stiffening of the muscles. This starts 2 to 6 hours after death. The reason this occurs is the body starts losing the chemical adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, a chemical that is responsible for relaxing the muscles after they've contracted. Sometimes these contractions cause the body to twitch and even moan after death, as even the vocal cords can stiffen. Rigor mortis will do wonders for keeping your skin looking youthful, as wrinkles pretty much disappear as the muscles tighten. Next in this stage is livor mortis. The body starts to become discolored depending on how the blood has settled in the body. The parts of the body where the blood has settled will turn green to purple to black, kind of like a reverse bruise. The other parts will remain deathly pale. Get it? Anyway, livor mortis is used in police investigations to see how long a body has been dead for, judging from what color the body is, and can even tell if the body has been moved after death from the positioning of the colors. Since gravity is a thing, blood in the body should settle at the bottom. Therefore, the entire discoloration should be where the body meets the ground. If it's not, then a murder most foul may be afoot. The next stage is bloating, which starts 3 to 5 days after death. Enzymes and bacteria start to break down the body, starting in the pancreas and intestines, where the most bacteria reside. The bloating part takes place as the cells start to die and release a sulfurous gas that smells like rotten eggs. Yep, you heard it here first, kids. Corpses don't smell great. What a plot twist. As the body bloats, the eyes bulge and the tongue begins to swell and poke out. Several weeks after death, when the internal gas pressure is at its maximum, putrefaction really begins in the stage of active decay. This is also where the main grossness also kicks in. See, as the body reaches maximum pressure, and with no air for the gases to be expelled, bodies can have a tendency to explode. Not like a big explosion, but still. I imagine it's quite alarming. A marine biologist tried poking a hole in a dead whale once, and sweet mother of Free Willy did that thing explode. Why were they poking holes in it? I don't know. Science, I guess. Also at this stage is when hair and nails begin to fall out. The reason skin lasts longer than the other organs and internal tissues is because the skin is able to get some oxygen to its cells via osmosis, to keep them going a little bit longer. Finally comes the stage of skeletonization. From the name, I'm sure you can guess what this stage entails. After a couple of months, maybe a year, the skin has fallen away, and the bones start to become more and more visible over time. Bones are the last to decompose. It takes decades for the protein in the bones to break down and eventually leave behind hydroxyapatite, or as us mere mortals call it, bone dust. And that's the video. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, remember to hit the like button and follow us for more content.